Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Santa Clara Valley Open Space Authority. My name is Terry Rogaway, and I'm the Educational Programs Administrator. And every now and then I get to do these programs, which is really fun. So we have a really exciting event coming up called the Perseids Meteor Shower. And the secret is that it's actually going on right now. It's been going on since the middle of July. So if you want, you can actually practice looking at the meteors and go out after midnight and check it out. You have all this time. So when you hear people talk about the Perseids meteor shower being around August 12th, that's the peak. And so part of what we're going to do today is we're going to talk all about the shower and where it comes from and all of that kind of stuff and give you a little introduction. So if you're interested, you can check it out yourself. And I will be trying to open up a couple more spots for the Open Space Authority's viewing. It does sell out pretty quick, but go ahead and put yourself on the waiting list if you can. And what I will do is I'm going to go through and make sure that people didn't accidentally sign up for 2 or 3 parking spots when they meant they were bringing 2 or 3 people. So as I free up those spaces, you'll get notified and you'll have an opportunity to hop in with us, or you can hop in with any number of other folks that are doing it. So it could be totally fun. Let's see if I can share my screen here. Haha. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Friday lunch is always fun with you guys. So our mission here at the Open Space Authority is that the Santa Clara Valley Open Space Authority conserves the natural environment, supports agriculture, and connects people to nature. That's my favorite part. By protecting open spaces, natural areas, and working farms and ranches for future generations. Just to let you know what we're all about. Look at this beautiful scene. This is actually up on top of Coyote Ridge, or Mayan Oyakma Coyote Ridge. And what I like about it is that the sun is setting. So the meteors are going on the whole time, but you can't see them when it's not dark. But if you're patient, you can get a beautiful sunset in, have a nice sandwich for dinner, and get yourself some warm coffee or hot chocolate to drink and settle in and get ready. And then you can watch the meteor shower that's going on. Open space. I wanted to tell you that, as you look up at the night sky and take it all in, open space also loves outer space. So we love sharing this, and we have a wonderful docent program in partnership with the San Jose Astronomical Association. The sweetest, most kindest people, very knowledgeable, and they're all volunteers. So they just do it because of the passion that they have for space and sharing with other people. So just to let you know, we do have astronomy events that happen every single month, depending on the weather. So as long as it doesn't get clouded out or rained out or smoked out, that kind of thing, if you can see the sky, you can come to these events and enjoy. Haha. Now, most of the time when you say, oh, there's a meteor shower, this is what I sort of think of, like, oh, it's going to be a bazillion of these meteors like falling from the sky and this kind of thing. And it can be really exciting to think of that. And the most common question that we get when we do the meteor shower events is, okay, when does it start? Because people expect like this, with all of these meteors and things. But I just to help you set your expectations, this is not what it looks like when you're out in the park. This is more realistic. So when you come out, I want you, or when you go outside, I want you to be patient. I want you to choose a dark spot and try to go later, like after midnight. Our event goes until midnight because I didn't want to put people in danger by having them drive home at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So we go from 8 p.m. until midnight. But for you, the best time to see these meteors is actually going to be between midnight and 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you have a chance and you can go outside, let your eyes adjust, just relax, let your eyes adjust. And pretty soon you'll start to see this little pew, pew, pew. And they say it comes out of a certain spot that we'll talk about, but I've noticed it comes from all over the place. So every now and then you'll get one that's really big and everybody goes, woo. Those, they call them fireballs. And in order to be a fireball, you have to be brighter than the planet Venus, like the way that we see the planet Venus from here. And so, and they actually have apps that you can log when you see a fireball. But for me, I think it's better if you don't look at your phone because it will mess up your night vision. So just sit back and enjoy and watch these little streaks go across the sky and just welcome the experience. Now, what's the deal with the Perseids, right? Is it Perseus? Woo! Perseus and Pegasus, you know, the stories, right? You've probably seen the movies or read the books and things like that. So, but this is not the Perseids that we're talking about. It is named after Perseus because it comes out of the constellation. So, let's see here. Comes out of the constellation Perseus here. So I think it's neat that they have all of these in the sky. You've got Cassiopeia, she's the lady that was chained to the rock, and you have Perseus, and he has Medusa, and then you have Pegasus, his friend, right? So up in the sky like this, you can see here that it says Perseus Radiant. And I was like, radiant? Does that mean he's majestic? What does that mean? No, radiant is what they're talking about. That is the spot that most of the meteors are going to come through. So when you see the meteors, you're going to be seeing them. A lot of them will be coming from that location. So that's all they mean by that. And that's okay. That's fun too. So where did the Perseids meteor shower actually come from? Like, why does it happen, right? So I was really curious about this, and I was talking to the astronomers and just peppering them with all kinds of questions because I get so excited. And what I found out was that back in 1862, there were two men who were not hanging out in the same location. They were like in different spots. And these two men discovered this comet at the same time. And I thought, wow, that was really nice of them to let them both get credit. So it was actually Lewis Swift and Lawrence Tuttle in two different locations who saw this comet. So this comet was passing through. But the deal with this comet is that, you know, they saw it in 1862. It only comes around every 133 years. So the next time that we would have a chance to see it would be the year, look at my notes here, 2025. Uh-oh. You better take your vitamins. I believe in you. I think you can do it. Take good care of yourself. You could see it too. So what happens is this comet came past us, and as it got close to the sun, it's kind of like, I think of it as like sizzling bacon, you know, as it got close to the sun, it got warm a little bit, and all of these gases started exploding off of this comet, which this comet is like a giant ball of ice. And so these little pieces are going phew, 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 and exploding off of this thing. So it's also kind of like when somebody's driving a truck down the road and a bunch of junk keeps falling off. It's kind of like that. And so that's what happened, is because it got close to the sun, all this stuff started going and falling off. And it made this huge cloud of debris. I'm like, wow, they actually call it a cloud. That's pretty cool. So it's kind of like if you picture this big cloud of debris that goes for miles and miles and miles. And what happened was that cloud, so the comet keeps going, but the cloud got stuck. It actually got stuck. And so it's kind of like going around the sun, just like we are, right? So we go around the sun every 365 days, takes us that time. And it's kind of fun to think of the planet Earth and how it's kind of going, woo! Every time the planet Earth turns on its axis, it's 24 hours. So we're kind of going, woo, for 365 days, like spinning on our own and then also going around the sun. So once a year, we go all the way around the sun and we run through the cloud of debris. So it kind of reminds me of like when you drive through sand or dirt or something in the car and you hear it all going on the sides. That's basically what planet Earth is doing, is we're going through this cloud. And this cloud has been there for over 1,000 years. That's a long time for a cloud to stick around, right? So once a year, we go through the cloud. And when we go through the cloud, we get close enough that these little pieces start to like come through the atmosphere, and then we see them. So I'm like, what? So yeah, so that's pretty cool that that's a kind of like that's what we're seeing. And then I had another picture because I had more questions for them. I'm like, what do you mean? This visits every 133 years. The next viewing is 2025. I'm like, oh, it's discovered by these guys and it's been here for 1,000 years. Look at this picture. I found a picture that explains it all. So you have the comet, and the comet is going on its, own trajectory. It'll come back in 133 years. It'll whoop back around, right? So the stuff that falls off the comet is an asteroid. It's like a big chunk of rock. It's really big. And then the things that break off of the asteroid are meteoroids. I'm like, what? That sounds like a video game. Meteoroids. So the meteoroids fall off the asteroid and they also, hang out right there. And when a piece of meteoroid actually starts to come into our atmosphere and it bursts into flame and it starts to, and you see it, the meteor is actually the light that you're seeing when this rock is falling towards Earth. So it comes in, it gets really hot, it starts all this kind of stuff. And then the moment that it smacks the Earth, it's called a meteorite. So comet, asteroid, meteoroid, meteor, and meteorite. So it ends up being a meteorite once it hits the Earth. So I guess some of them can really aspire to be meteorites, but they don't necessarily make it all the way here. And some of the ones that you're going to see are like the size of a grain of sand or a pea and things like that. Well, those would be little bitty ones that you would see though in the sky. And the place that we're going to have at this time is going to be out at Rancho Cañada del Oro because we just opened this new beautiful little loop trail. So you'll be able to come and you'll be able to hang out in the regular meadow. If you have a disability or grandma and grandpa and you're worried about footing and things like that, or really little children, you can hang out in the equestrian lot where it's paved and the restrooms like right there. And then, but if not, you can either hang out in the big meadow or you can hang out in the brand new hidden meadow area. And the nice thing about Rancho Cañada del Oro is that it's really dark. So you can actually see the Milky Way just with your naked eyes, like right there. And so I would encourage you to see about coming in. And if you are watching tonight or today and you weren't able to get in, please go ahead and email me at trogaway, TROGOWAY at openspaceauthority.org. And let me know that you want to come. And the tickets are actually by parking spot. So you can cram as many people as you want in your car. Please don't bring a bus, like a big bus. But you can cram as many people as you want in your car, and I will see about getting you in. Because if you're here, you're interested, and we want you to come. And when you come out, here's what you're going to need to bring. So if you haven't come to a lot of astronomy stuff, you might show up and have your cell phone and turn the flashlight on. And what you'll kind of experience is this, my night vision, like people talking, right? They're not mean about it, but they'll be like, could you please turn that off? And the reason is that white light messes up your night vision. So people that are out there that have allowed their eyes to like slowly adjust to the dark, if you show up with headlights or you show up with a bright white light or you have a white light on your phone, that messes up their night vision as well as yours. So if you have a red flashlight that has red light, that's what you're going to want. Because not only does it help your night vision, it doesn't scare wildlife either. So you might get to see some deer that are like bedded down and things like that. It could be really cool. But the red light will help you be able to see more faster. Number 2, most important thing, bring a chair. We've been doing this for years. And the first year I did it, my neck was so sore the next day because I was like looking up the whole time like this. And I didn't realize I was like, ow. So when I woke up the next day, my neck was really sore. So don't do that. Okay. If you bring a chair, especially one that tilts back, you can just get a comfy blanket and you can tilt back in your chair and relax. And you can see a lot of meteors that way without, hurting your neck and stuff like that. And bringing something warm to drink would be really nice. Please don't bring alcohol. we don't really want you to do that at this event, but you can bring hot chocolate, you can bring hot apple cider, you can bring coffee. Do bring water. This is a dry location. And also if you're exploring other areas to watch the meteor shower, water is always a good thing to have, keeps you hydrated. Your eyes hopefully won't get, if you open them really wide a lot, sometimes you get dried out. So water's good to have. And don't forget that even if it's like one of those crazy days where it's like 102, after it gets dark, it gets cold. And the cold will sneak up on you. It's like sneaky cold in the summertime. And so be sure to bring jackets and a comfy blanket and things like that so that you'll feel a little bit more comfortable when you go outside to look at these things. And don't forget the kids. Bring all the kids, bring the kids. And this is a great opportunity. This is the best meteor shower to actually look at. It's the best one. So my parents used to take me out in the backyard on the east side of San Jose. There's a lot of light pollution, and me and my brothers and sisters would be able to see the larger meteors. So you can do that too. Oh, so my email again is so it's for Terry, T Rogaway, ROGOWAY at Open Space Authority. You have to do the authority or you'll go to Midpen, and we're Santa Clara Valley Open Space. T Rogaway at openspaceauthority.org. Kids, lots of kids, bring the kids. And don't forget that we will have astronomers out there. And so they will bring, it's a good idea, even if you don't come to us, it's fun to have a telescope or binoculars to look at different things in the night sky. But we will have some astronomers and they will bring telescopes. So the cool thing is, like, if you want to take a break, you can like wander over and see what they're looking at, and they'll show you something really cool so that you can enjoy it. It'll be really fun. So again, that's going to be on Monday, August 12th. Now, what they mean when they say that the peak is on Monday, it's actually like 12 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So what they mean is it's really Sunday night. So you stay up Sunday night, it turns into Monday. That point from midnight until about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning is the best time to see the meteors. But what we do is we do it on the day. So we do it on August 12th, not August 11th. So our event is August 12th. But that whole weekend, it's going to be really cool because the peak actually lasts like 3 or 4 days, so it's like really intense. And also you see more the closer you get to dawn. So if you don't mind waking up early, like really early or something like that, you should give it a try. You should practice that weekend. And that's coming up this next weekend. You should practice and see how many you get to see, just even at home and things like that. So I'm really glad that you chose to come out and join me today during your lunch break. Happy Friday! I'm so excited for this event. And please do email me if you want to come. I appreciate you attending this, and I would love for you to be able to come. And that's the same for other astronomy events that we have. When we put our newsletter out, people get really excited and they click on the thing to like say that they're coming. But a lot of the times, maybe like a third of them, they either forget or they change their mind. And that leaves those spaces like, oh, somebody else could have came. So if you let us know, I really mean it, I want to come to any of our things, you should always email us. Email me and say, I really want to come and I mean it. I'm going to show up. And we will do the best we can to help you out, unless it's a sensitive location like Mayano Yakmak has endangered species and things. So we do have to be careful about the number of people. But something like this, we want you there. We want you there. And we'd be glad to see you. So thank you so much. And we will be in touch later on. And if you have any more questions, you can feel free to email me. I'd be glad to chat with you and answer your questions and things like that. Okay. Thank you so much for attending. Have a good weekend and go practice looking at meteors. And hopefully I get to meet you on the 12th. Bye.